Amid the flurry of first phone calls and preparations for President Lee Jae-myung's diplomatic debut at the G7, it seems South Korea's bureaucracy is quickly moving to support the new administration's so-called pragmatic diplomacy. Now, even without a new foreign minister having been named, our Soo-young tells us more.
South Korea's new diplomatic doctrine under President Lee Jae-myung is quickly taking shape, and pragmatism is the keyword. Since his electoral campaign, Lee has repeatedly emphasized that while the Korea-U.S. alliance remains the foundation of Seoul's foreign policy, he intends to pursue a broader, more flexible diplomatic course that does not shy away from engagement with China and Russia. Analysts say Lee's approach marks a notable shift from the previous Yoon Suk Yeol government's diplomacy, which aligned with former President Joe Biden's value-based cooperation with allies. Legislator Kim Jun-young, a former advisor to Moon Jae-in and former head of the Korea National Diplomatic Academy, frames it this way.
Yoon Suk Yeol said always the value-based diplomacy. But in fact, it is like almost like a Cold War kind of ideological camp. Let's say U.S., Korea, Japan is a good side. And North Korea, China, and Iran, Russia, these are, so divided into two words. So that means ideological war. By saying pragmatism, he's trying to go for national interest rather than ideological right and wrong things.
Pragmatism is also needed to reflect the shifting geopolitical reality. With the Trump administration's transactional approach to alliances resurfacing, South Korea faces hard bargaining over defense cost sharing, trade, and industrial policy.
His target is more like old friends and allies. And by saying that, he said a tariff. So that means now is a payback time. Mm-hmm. So you should pay tariff to make a trade relation more fair. And he wants to correct security umbrella. So it's not free anymore. So these are, of course, not just Korean, other allies in the whole world. But most upgraded or highest level of alliance is Korea, Japan, and NATO.
To navigate such shifting dynamics, the Lee administration is signaling its desire to widen diplomatic options. In her inauguration speech on Wednesday, newly appointed Second Vice Foreign Minister Kim Jin-ah emphasized collaboration with diverse players beyond Seoul's traditional partners. She said this would help reduce dependence on specific countries and contribute to securing autonomy and flexibility in Korea's diplomacy. With immediate challenges to address, the Lee administration this week appointed the first and second deputy foreign ministers before it names a new foreign minister, which requires parliamentary approval. This, according to experts, signals the Lee administration's intention to swiftly coordinate and initiate policy in accordance with the pragmatic diplomacy mantra ahead of impending negotiations with the U.S. and global engagements, including at the G7 summit starting June 15. Soo-young, Arirang News.